Hey everybody, welcome to Bathtime, boys. This is the New Year's episode, and Matthew's fucking in a cabin. He's not even going to hear this until 15 seconds because we've been counting it.
Oh,
and
look at
there's a
him!
delay.
Look at him come
Here he
through.
comes.
Oh,
Bathtime, boys.
There it is. Yeah.
Everyone scream.
Yeah. See, Matthew's a little. He's a little.
Oh,
yeah, all right. He left.
now he's gone.
But, he's a little delayed, so we're gonna do it without him this episode. But this is the New Year's episode. It's gonna be a freaking lot of fun because I think the plan was we're gonna look back at all the stuff we did this year.
Yeah.
And then talk about how vaguely unfunny it was in a very boring manner.
I feel like you can get a couple giggles out of
so
our
if you've
episode.
if you've already started listening to this episode, listen to like 15 minutes in and you probably got it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, today we just got Sam and Eric. Hi guys.
Yeah, because Matthew's on a little trip with all of his
Yeah,
buddies.
he got tested. They all got tested multiple times. COVID safe.
Yeah, they all took acid, and they're all on a trip.
Yeah, they all have AIDS, by the way. You know, it's one of those things.
In the hot tub type shit.
In the.
All right, so this is the year that we actually started Bathtime, boys. This is like.
Yeah, we've been going for about a year now.
Yeah, well, no, we started back like.
Well, we started in like late January. The first episode is 11 months ago. The exact date we uploaded it was January 15th, 2020.
Nice.
So mid-January.
Right. Well, I mean, we were founded 35 years ago.
Yeah,
but we
and then the company sort of
podcast
the company sort of did nothing for 35 years, and finally they're like, the first move is to make a mediocre podcast with a bunch of dumbasses.
All of our fathers got together, the founding fathers as we call them. They got together and thought, dang, we should leave a legacy for our children to come together and make
What were their
unfunny shit.
names again?
Advanced Bathtime Boys lore this episode.
Bingus, Dingus,
And Dana.
and Dewey.
Pingus, Dingus, Dana, and Dewey.
Yeah.
That's hype. Okay, so the first episode was called Apple Jackson Doom. This was when we were in like that was the most boring title I think ever.
I think it like fits it pretty well though, because that's literally what we talked about.
That's literally what we talked about. Yeah, I feel like there was a thing where Matthew said something vaguely racist, like he was scared of the cinnamon character from the Apple Jackson
he
commercials.
thought he was like
I
black.
remember that.
Yeah, he didn't like how tall it was. But I don't know. It was questionable. And we also talked about Doom 2016. Was this Did Doom Eternal come out?
No.
Yeah, it hadn't come out yet.
Yeah,
so
it
that's why I
Doom
think that's what we
Eternal
talked
came
about.
out this year.
Yeah.
Later.
That's all that one says. The description is literally the boys begin their podcasting careers by looking back at Applejack cereal in Doom 2016.
Dang,
That was it.
son.
That's all I remember from that one.
I remember
And,
playing Gmod
wow,
while we recorded that.
You probably did. Yeah, I remember there was quite a bit of error with this one. We recorded this one twice because originally we were going to have somebody else on the podcast, but then they were dicking around the whole time. We kicked them out
Have some
like
fun
5
with
minutes
the
in, and we
physics gun.
restarted the podcast without them.
Oh my! I remember the
So that was fun.
the Lost Joel episode. We never posted Diamond Goober.
We'll get there,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's lore, there's advanced missing things. So next episode we did was Fart Society. This was where it was like, this is the first episode that
That was the first one my girlfriend's family listened to. Like she was like, yeah.
She listened to Fart Society.
They listened to Fart Society and they're
yeah.
like, Eric, you got a podcast? And I'm like, yeah. What you guys listen to something? And they're like, yeah. Fart Society was our favorite. I'm like, are you serious?
That was when we only had like 4 episodes and everyone started to figure out about it. Yeah, everyone was like, oh shit,
I think
this
that
exists.
was the first one I listened to.
Yeah.
Because I found out in video production.
Yeah,
Tyler.
I showed it, and then
That was back when we actually had school because Rona wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah, school was a thing. It's kind of funny how this is like, it's like technically a Corona project, but at the same time it isn't because we started it way before.
It just got
that.
amped up before.
It just sort of, yeah, exactly. Like I don't think we planned to even go that long with the podcast, but then Corona was like, and we had nothing else to do. But this one was episode 2. Got 1 like, and I think it was us. Bathtime Boys account liked it, and that was the only like it got.
on YouTube?
And it says yeah, it was on YouTube. I'm looking at YouTube because we're gonna go over all the other videos too. This one was February 5th, which was like a week later. The boys discussed the civil topic of dominance via farting, along with topics such as Sprite Ginger, Seattle NHL, and electric cars.
That's right, Sprite Ginger. That was the first instance of the mentioning.
Yeah, it only took us how long was it between
10
February
episodes.
15th, February 5th,
Months.
and then it was all the way in like July that we finally recorded the actual Sprite Ginger video, which we'll get to.
It was a good one.
Okay, it was a fine video, yeah. Okay, next we had Honey Nut. This is where it was all downhill.
Oh.
It was all downhill from here.
Oh.
We peaked with
Fart Society.
Honey Nut. Yeah, we peaked with fun. So yeah, this one was, I think I made the joke like, why is it Honey Nut?
And then Matthew
then
was
we
like, it's
started
because
talking.
the bee comes in nuts on the kid's
Yeah, the
cereal.
beat comes in nuts in the children's cereal, and that was, it was questionable. This one's titled, or this one's
Questionable.
it
That
was,
sounds like comedy gold.
I feel
it
like
was freaking funny as frick.
we've done some we've improved on our topic expansion, I think, because it went from yes, Doom and Applejack's and a little bit of racism and nut kids. And then now it's like Neuralink.
Yeah, it's only Neuralink. It's Neuralink.
It's Neuralink.
It's fart jokes, poo jokes, pee jokes.
And Matthew telling
And
really
your
long
boat.
stories that have no
Yeah,
end.
and the hydrofoils. Okay, this one's described as the boys.
The boys talk about the hidden morals of the Honey Nut Cheerios bee and what the nut is all about.
Parentheses, ...
Shoddy.
Oh my god! Again, one like. The like was us.
Oh my god.
Here's the next one. Episode 4 was Bathtime Boys podcast. Episode 4, Forehead, and it was because we thought it was clever because
Yeah.
forehead.
Well
Forehead
done.
is really
Okay.
funny. Matthew, this is the first Matthew monologue video. Little did we know it'd be basically every episode that Matthew monologues.
Which monologue
The
was
headphone
this?
one.
This was the one about his headphones and how he
Okay.
returned 7 different pairs of headphones because he couldn't fucking find any that fit his avicular head.
It's like a 5-second story, and he takes 7 years to tell it.
Yeah, it's funny. We can talk shit about Matthew today, can't we?
Yeah, because he's
Fucking
not
sucks.
here.
Worst Bathtime Boys member.
No. We can't out him like that. He's in.
Yeah, we outed him like that.
It's an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem.
Yo,
You
mama.
gotta be here to, it's just one of those
With
things.
one piece missing, it just doesn't function the
dissolves.
same way.
Yeah. It's like
At the same time, it
every
almost
time
works
I
better
wasn't
with
here,
3
you guys
people.
just assumed I was dead. That's all it ended up being.
Yeah, I was really sad you actually made it to the Christmas episode or the holiday episode because I was gonna make the joke that you were a Santa denier and that you didn't participate in this video because of that. But
there you go.
whatever. You get the joke now. 6 minutes into probably or 7 minutes into the
Exactly 7 minutes in.
the weirdest episode we've ever recorded.
Also, anybody listening that's a Santa denier,
Get
just
out.
click
Damn
off
son.
Yeah,
Or
get
like
outta here, dude.
tooth fairy deniers are the worst, bro. They try to tell you that the fairy doesn't show up and fucking get under your pillow and just damn, eat that tooth.
Dude, and the Easter Bunny deniers, don't even get me started.
Yeah.
Man.
I think they're just scared. That's why they deny it. They can't handle the truth that there's a fucking
don't like
gigantic
6-foot
bunny
tall
that comes
rabbits.
and shits eggs all over your house.
I always thought it was a small bunny because how the hell does it get under my couch? What's the deal with that?
Yeah, but how do you shit an egg that big? They're
It's
solid-sized
like a
eggs.
cell, bro.
It's a cell.
The Easter bunny's a single-celled
Like you're saying,
organism.
it's like a diploid kind of thing that
The
just
Easter Bunny
floats
gives
around.
live birth.
Yeah, the Easter bunny's just like an organism that just floats around. It
Yeah,
just kinda-
How much would the Easter Bunny copulate if little rabbits
That's true.
go ham?
Or it just brings it brings in an army of rabbits and then they de-evolve into eggs on your floor.
De-evolve.
they turn into eggs?
I like to think it's just one gigantic egg that he hauls in on this wheelie, like a little cart, and there's a big red button on it. He presses it, and it just starts splitting into two just over and over again, and it just goes all over your house.
Mitosis?
Yeah, it just mitoses itself all
Maize
over your
bean,
fucking
it's
house.
some maize bean type shit that turns into chocolate
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah.
Damn.
You ever have that one relative that would hide, or I don't know if you ever have had Easter with a family, where you go and you all do the Easter egg hunt as with cousins and everything.
Yeah.
Do you ever have that one uncle or relative that put $5 in one egg and then just hid that one
Yeah.
egg, and then it
Yeah.
created such a moral dilemma? It's the one 7-year-old gets it, but it's
The fuck is a 7-year-old gonna do with
usually
$5?
it was just $1.
yeah.
It wasn't $5 usually.
But it's always what prompts that?
I don't.
What else is the uncle gonna put in there? What, a cigarette?
Yeah.
They want to start Hunger Games.
I just realized I've had my fan going this whole time. Jesus,
We couldn't
that's
hear
right.
it, but okay. Anyway, on to the next episode. Even though
I know
we got
Discord can't
sidetracked.
hear it.
Rabbits.
All right, the description for 4 was Matthew monologues about his inability to find headphones that fit his avicular head, along with other conversations about Monster Inc. and Amazon. I could not tell you what those conversations were.
Monster
besides,
Inc.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know
we
what
talked about the
about.
expand of Bezos taking over literally everything because we were talking about how he just used Amazon over and over and over. You know,
Right.
Oh, that probably was right. That seems right.
so it's like the Bezos empire. Bezos is just gonna buy shit, fucking everything. And
all right, episode 5. I fucking love this episode because 3 months in, we were like, let's check out our iTunes reviews, and there were like 3, and we stretched it to a fucking 20-minute podcast. If you actually listen to that podcast, if you're listening now and you actually listen to more than like 3 minutes of that, I'm so sorry, man. This one doesn't. Our own account didn't even like that one. That's how bad it is.
yeah,
All right, here's the description. The boys take some time to appreciate those who have left reviews on Apple Podcasts. Additionally, Eric talks about sleeping on his chest, and Matthew argues that naked smoothie bottles are comfortable pillows when on a park bench.
Wow.
That's a pretty Matthew thing to say.
Yeah.
I can't sleep in cars, bro. I can't sleep in a car. It's physically impossible. I think I've slept in a car
Yes.
like once.
It's difficult.
It's hard, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm tall or I have a bad back. But if I sit there, I'm like, damn, I'm just gonna fall asleep. I fucking can't. It's impossible. Even when I set myself up, get a little like cradle of a pillow around my neck, lean up against the window, put a blankie over myself. I can't go to bed. I just sit there and think, damn.
What prompted you to say that?
Did you not say sleeping in a car with the naked bottle?
I said Eric talks about sleeping on
park
his
bench.
Eric talks about sleeping on his chest, and Matthew argues that naked smoothie bottles are comfortable pillows when on a park bench.
Oh, I thought you said a car.
No. I was like, what made him start? All right, next episode. This was a good one. This is the Fortnite skin dilemma. This is episode 6. This is a pretty funny one. This was the boys discuss how much money Fortnite gets from horny skins. Additionally, the topics of McDonald's Shamrock Shake, and Orbeez are brought up.
Still never had a Shamrock Shake.
I think I've had it like once. It's pretty good.
Never tried it.
People tell me that just tastes like mint, and I'm like, okay.
That's the idea, yeah. And then we shouted out Dead End Band.
Oh my God.
That was that one.
They released music, and
They released music. It was awesome and very good.
I mean, wait, the actual music was good, but the lyrics were dog boobs.
Dang, dude.
We should
Watch them-
collaborate with them on a second monkey.
That'd be awesome. Monkey too.
Monkey metal,
Dead
the metal monkey.
I'm telling you, we gotta make a sleep apnea, like a sleep noise album, where we just make white noise and release it, like an hour-long sleep noise album, and we just release it.
We should have Matthew do it right now. Like start on making.
right now. Matthew can't do anything right now. He's stuck in the middle of nowhere.
It doesn't matter. He can go outside and like piss in the snow and then put that on loop.
This one, this one did get 2 likes.
Yo.
I wonder if they got any comments. I should
Ooh.
look at comments. I realize. How do I look at comments? I'm confused. Oh, here we go. Sam commented, haha, Orbeez in my Shamrock Shake make bubble tea BB. And then, that's a good comment. All right, next episode, episode 7. Where is it? There it is. This is Matthew's Adam Driver fantasy.
Oh my God,
Oh.
yeah, this one.
That was a weird episode.
Hell
We kind of
Yes.
flatlined at this point because we were like, what do we talk about now? We ran out of kind of funny things,
Yeah.
and it just became
it's
the
all
thing.
been
Of,
downhill ever since, man.
I think the next couple episodes are just one person going for a really long time. Like, isn't the one after this the Boss Baby episode?
Yeah, it is. We'll get to that one. That was funny.
That's my favorite.
Really?
That might be the best episode ever. Okay, but this one's captioned. Matthew reminisces of better days, specifically ones with him having a cup of coffee early in the morning while sitting on the porch with Adam Driver.
Damn.
I think that was the first one I finally was like, nobody reads these descriptions. I could put anything. As we progress into like the later season 1 episodes, there's just some weird descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 8, this is the fabled Boss Baby episode where literally we go into it and no one has
You go
anything.
into
So
it.
I
What a
no one had anything, so I fucking described the entire plot of the Boss
It was
Baby.
good though. You like
Even the description was the boys ran out of material, so Tyler literally just describes the entire plot of the 2017
And now
film,
at this
The Boss
point,
Baby. That's
8
it,
months
20 minutes
later,
of it.
we're sitting here and Boss Baby 2 is coming around.
Boss Baby 2,
Oh.
it looks
It looks
It looks-
fantastic.
it looks
There's gonna be
awesome.
more
I can't
baby ass
wait.
than we ever needed.
If
in a
COVID is
society.
over, we all gotta get together and watch Boss Baby 2 in the theaters.
We
And
dress
we'll
up
illegally record
like
it.
Boss Baby, and it'd
We'll
be so
illegally
funny. We
record it.
go in there, take
It would
off
be
our
so
clothes,
funny.
and
We
we're
would
wearing
get 10
diapers.
views.
And
We would get 13 views as usual.
Get put on a sex offenders list.
for indecent exposure to minors.
that'd be hype though. You can't clickbait that.
Not really. You just wouldn't get any job
Sexual.
interviews.
on the recommended page, like you know how you got like the right side where it shows all the recommended videos you should watch. It's just showing free with ads YouTube movies. That's what it's recommending. All right, next episode, episode 9. This is an April Fool's episode. This episode is weird.
Yeah, the Spanish one. Holy.
This was one where we for 1536 we talked entirely in Spanish, and it was kind of weird. It was it was a strong 8 minutes, and then after that we ran out and we just started singing, trying to stretch the time.
It was awful. We commissioned Matthew to write the script. And 10 minutes before the podcast, he wasn't done.
We told him. We told him. That's right. I forgot that. Like weeks in advance, we're like, April Fool's is coming up. We'll be funny. And he's like, we're like, what if we just did an episode in Spanish and we just talked about literally nothing in Spanish? And Matthew's like, oh, I'll do that. And then right before, not the first time he's procrastinated. I mean, we can out Matthew. What's he gonna do? He's not.
I mean, realistically, right? I personally I do the same thing for uploading shit too, or just doing anything in general. But like, man's left it to. We wrote the entire thing and then put it in Google Translate to Spanish.
It's not even like he like got like 10 minutes before and then just quickly wrote it. He just didn't. He was like, I didn't do it.
But I mean, it worked out.
It was the day before too. Yeah. And then the description is the entire Drake and Josh theme, but translated into Spanish.
Wow, I see.
So that's cool. Episode 10. Nice. This is one of my personal favorites from season 1. This is also for those who are listening. What timestamp are we at now? I'm full screen.
16 minutes.
16 minutes. There's a chance people are still listening. Season 2 may never end. We may never make it season 3, just so you know. We're getting to the point. What are we on? We're episode 12, and then we reset on episode 19, 20, 22. We reset episode 22, so we're halfway, a little over. We may never start
It'll over. Just be like we'll be on episode. It'll be episode 100.
We did season 2 just to differentiate it, where we finally felt we were ready to actually like all of the podcasts in season 2 are podcasts I would be like, yeah, you could listen to that, and that's a decent episode. Meanwhile, with season 1, it's like there's random ass, like there's like, there's the Boss Baby episode. Don't listen to that one. That was awful. Same with the Spanish one.
We should do like season 2 episode like 50 something, and then the next episode will be season 3 episode 1, and then the episode afterward will be season 2 episode 56.
Or we could do it. We skip to season 6. We go from like season 2 straight to season 6.
It lets you put that metadata into Anchor. The thing we use, it literally like it has just a clicker button on season, and I clicked it like a bunch of times, and it literally would let me say season 7 if I wanted to.
We could line up the episode numbers to season numbers. So at the point we hit like 50, we do season 2 episode 49, season 50 episode 50.
Pretty good. All right. So back to Hamster Conundrum, which is a really good episode. This is one of the only ones that I'm like, this one's funny.
So funny.
All right, the description is Matthew asks the age-old question of how hard would you have to throw a hamster for it to splatter on the wall?
Oh my God.
And then the boys then dive in and discuss the theoretical steps one would have to go through to answer this question. And I love this one because the question evolves multiple times. It goes from like morality to like practicality, to then how hard could you throw it to the point that you've thrown it so fast that instead of splattering it would just break the wall.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about like, is a brick wall, like would that, like could you just throw a hamster through drywall without it splattering?
What did we figure out that we could calculate? It was like Matthew was
we started pulling up moles and we made it like a
Matthew was dead set on, or no, it was you, Tyler. You were dead set on the idea.
I was dead set on figuring it out. Yeah.
And someone talked about how it was the difference of comparing it to the wall moving versus the hamster moving, because the hamster has the potential energy.
Yeah, there was a lot of it was sort of like we tried to mythbuster it, but with actual no knowledge as to what anything is or how to do anything.
My favorite theory of it though was you freeze it so it becomes more dense, and then what's the point of it either shattering because it's solid?
Is there a point where you could throw a frozen hamster and it would shatter like an ice cube? I don't know.
Probably. Hamsters are stupid.
Hamsters are stupid. We should get rid of all of them.
They like chew tumors off of their asses. It's so disgusting.
I mean, the tumor would either kill them or they, you know what I'm saying?
Gang.
Okay, episode 11. This is called Liquid According to Eric. Oh, this one's also awful. This was just Eric describing on what color each liquid is. It literally, the description is...
I remember this one.
Yeah, the description is Eric discusses his personal opinion on what each liquid is as a color. Matthew additionally talks about his mouse problem at his house. That was a more interesting topic than Eric's color thing.
I thought the color.
Oh, and this also says Eric also drinks an 8-month-old Coke, not clickbait. Please listen to podcast K-Kona.
Oh.
And that
yeah.
later revealed that I didn't actually drink it. I just put it in my mouth
Yeah,
and
you
then
didn't
spit it
drink
back
it.
in the
You-
bottle. I still
Fucking
have it. It's sitting right. It's,
Colagate.
it's sitting right here. I have it, and it's all like. Hold on.
Colagate.
No, not even. It's coagulate. Also, you can.
It's coagulated.
Colgate.
No,
Show
That's
it,
the
show it, show it.
toothpaste.
No, but look, it's got like condensation in there. It's
Ooh,
got
nice.
a shitload of condensation. It's kind of nasty. I wonder what,
What a great memento.
I wonder what it smells like.
An amazing episode. This one had 39 views. What the fuck?
It still
Why did this
smells
one
like
have so many views?
It still smells like
it
the
still-
day I bought
yeah,
it.
it's chemicals. You could drink it and nothing would happen to you. But that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, next episode. What were we on? That was 11. So we're on to 12. This was this was an episode that we had with this was Matthew's friend, who Matthew no longer talks to, but you know, whatever. Ben came on, and is this the one where he talks about like fucking a horse?
Yeah, and then
Yeah, it
the
was.
tribal
Yeah,
the
it
tribal
was.
thing where it's like
Yeah, it was super weird. It
Like
became
Mr. Hand?
it was at the
Yeah,
end though. I
Ben's-
mean, like it was a normal.
No, it was towards the beginning. He talked about the horse stuff, and then it got the tribal stuff at the end. It was like a double whammy. It was crazy. But that was like a Joe Rogan episode. Like it was crazy.
I felt like Kanye West was on that podcast. Like
I felt like it. Yeah, like it's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, Spotify
Episode
should sponsor
13.
us.
This is the first episode Sam is on, but this was before you were even a.
boyer.
This was
That was
before
me
yeah.
and Aiden guest starring.
Yeah, this was you and then Aiden.
Aiden Moore.
Friend of friend of
Very
ours. Let me
cool.
shut the window. I think there's fucking the gun club is shooting.
in the middle of your suburban
Why
neighborhood.
aren't
Yeah.
you there?
Hopefully, OBS didn't pick it up. All right.
Didn't we have to re-record it?
Yeah, we did.
'Cause Aiden's
But the second
audio-
time was infinitely better. I'm so glad we re-recorded it because it was
Yeah.
so good the second time. This is a really funny episode.
I don't even remember what happened.
It's the most cluttered episode because we only had 3 people on and then we had 5 people on and it was like
Yeah.
everyone was talking over each other. But it was funny. I think.
yeah.
I
We
feel
still
like it
have
was-
terrible podcast etiquette.
Yeah, we still talk over each other all the time, and I blame it partially on Discord, but I also blame it partially just on ourselves, just not caring about
'Cause
like
it-
podcast etiquette.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And at one point, I was like, maybe I'll just start like lowering audios of like people who like so we don't talk over each other, and you can only hear one person at a time. But then it made it less funny when all of us when Eric would say something really fucking stupid, and then the rest of us would just come in yelling.
Yeah.
But then it also felt like I didn't know how to like choose who was the person that got the higher volume than everyone else. So I do it occasionally on like the first 30 seconds if it's a stupid intro where everyone's talking
Oh
over
man,
themselves.
remember when where you would edit it and you just put. There was a point in time where there was noise effects that we put in because we thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The first 3 episodes they had like the there was like I forgot about that. There was like a couple sound effects.
There was a
and
fart
there
sound
weren't
effect,
enough
I
of.
think.
There was some farts. I remember I put like a commercial of like of
Honey Nut
Apple Jacks.
Yeah, Apple Jacks.
And the Honey Nut cereal probably. It was really stupid,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't like dedicated to enough to the point that it was like constant sound effects. It was just a weird sound. It was just a rogue sound effect. Yeah. It'd be really funny if I started
Sprinkled
putting.
in.
I might start putting those in again, just at the weird like at a 17-minute mark. Just some like old man like just slurping some like apple like you know what I'm saying. Just something
Oh my
funny.
God. Yeah, the
Yeah, but make it sound realistic enough. that
Yeah,
people
like it
don't
could be
realize.
happening. Like there could
like
be a guy
someone
there.
walks into someone's room and just farts and leave. Like that's the
Yeah.
audio that we're looking for here.
Yeah. All right. So the description of this one is: in this episode of Bathtime Boys, we have 2 special guests, Aiden and Sam. Topics of interest is such as LMFAO and the Black Eyed Peas are
Oh
discussed,
yeah, that's
as well as the common hatred of 100 Gex and the mixed feelings about Valorant. This is the one where we talked about like what happened to LMFAO, and we thought they got assassinated. Or we
And
started
then
talking about a
Sam
hypothetical
edited
scenario.
it so
And then
well.
Sam
Animated
made animated a funny that's on the Instagram.
Yeah, that's on the Instagram. Go check it out.
Speaking of Instagram, what the fuck's up with us having like 64 followers but like 20 on Spotify? Come on, guys. If you're listening to this and you're like following us on Insta, come on, man.
It's just I think
I'm
it's
just saying.
the
I'm just saying. I'm just
the
saying.
ease of Instagram mass following. Like
It's easy to gain followers.
my buddies-
Well,
buddies have-
Eric's good at getting followers for us.
Yeah.
That's kind of the part.
my buddies made some accounts this week, and over the past like 2 days, they've amassed 250 followers from just jack shit nothing.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to just gain bot followers for the first 100 and then just start piling.
No,
on
but
that
it's
with real
actual people is a thing.
It's actual people.
Yeah.
That's funny. Instagram's pretty easy. Twitter's really hard at getting followers
Yeah, oh my
you
God.
can't like if you're trying to be like a funny Twitter account, you've got to get that one tweet that gets like 200,000 likes
Yeah.
just out of nowhere.
And the people who do it, and then I remember occasionally I'd go back and look, because I used to tweet like old dumb shit a while back, and I would go through occasionally because I never use it. Recently we brought it back, and then I gave Tyler my account info, and then now it's
Yeah, we should talk. We'll talk about that after you do this part. But yeah,
and I'd go through and delete all my old dumb ones because I was like, why would I post this? This is the dumb. Who in the hell would think this is funny?
yeah.
Well, I mean, Twitter is a cesspool.
Twitter is a cesspool, but
horrible.
if you know how to navigate it, you can find some. It's a pretty fun media thing to be
I just
on.
think it's the worst, honestly. It's like
Alright, let me pull up
the worst social media out there.
So, for those who are unacquainted with my Twitter lore, I got suspended because I made a hate tweet at Funko Pop. I got fucking banned because I was using a spam email for this one, and I lost access to it.
Yeah.
But I'll go through some of my tweets. These are some stupid fucking tweets. The last tweet I posted was, I will set fire to my balls for a good piece of schnitzel right now. And then,
That's awful.
And then the tweet below it is, why the fuck that bitch iCarly fly into the sun? And then
Wait, can you see my account? Like what I
can see yours
Oh,
too. Yeah,
sweet.
they're just we got suspended from them. They still exist. Another tweet was, do horse furries get ketamine prescriptions? If so, and I did a drooling emoji. What are some other ones? One tweet was just brushing my teeth butt ass naked.
That's a good feeling. Like,
Another-
you guys ever brush
my-
your teeth in the shower?
Yeah.
All
My
the
favorite
time. It's
tweet,
so great.
my favorite tweet of all time was, I got that PT Cruiser dick. So yeah, it was good. I was killing it on Insta or Twitter, but then I got suspended because the tweet was like, I literally just tweeted, at Funko Pop, fuck you.
It's true. Funko Pop can go die.
Yeah, they suck. I hate them.
I used to be obsessed with them, to be honest with you. I thought they're the coolest motherfucking things. I've got a good couple of them, but not like
I
enough.
mean, I've got some.
Their
but
headquarters here in
don't
Washington.
like
them.
I've gone there.
I want to
against the
go
will of
just to
family
make my
son.
own, like that, like the one you can design yourself. Like I'd
Yeah.
do that, but buying them $10 a piece for
Yeah, they're like 15 for plastic. It's like,
Yeah.
Okay, and then Eric's account, who also got suspended because he gave me his login info, and a bot detected it as
Yeah.
like a fake. So it
which is
suspended
weird
that
because I
one
know
too.
people who have like 40 different people who go
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't know.
same. It's
I guess
dumb.
they've just like two.
I think it's I didn't have Two Face.
But when Eric gave me his account, because he kept just deleting the app, I tweeted, for those who know me personally, how many Dippin' Dots could I fit up my asshole? Please comment with your best guess.
Yeah.
Nobody commented.
Didn't
There were
Andre
more
comment
likes
like
than
8?
comments.
Andre said like 8.
I commented on my account, assuming you do some Kegel stretches beforehand, at least 210. And then Andre said at least 3. I'd start 3 at most. And then the only other tweet I was able to tweet was, I've descended into hell and embraced the Dark Lord. Please forgive me, dear pastor, but the Hellspot are really fucking good at charades, and I'm having the time of my life right now.
That one was super good. That was like so creative.
It was
Everybody-
it was good, but it wasn't edgy. It was off tweet.
It was
or
good.
Off, like,
It was good
key.
though. Everyone who follows me, which is like 8 people, were like, "Damn."
Well, depending on who you are, it is edgy. It's a bit sacrilegious.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I would. But that's Twitter for you. Until they both
Sucks.
got suspended. Yeah.
All right, what episode are we on?
We're on to 14 now. This is an Animal Crossing episode.
That's right. I remember back when it came out, I was like, "Damn, I should get a Switch and Animal Crossing." And now that I'm thinking about like why,
It's fun. Switch is like one of the greatest consoles. It's modern.
Switch is
it's
great.
Awesome. It's
I
really good.
don't like Animal Crossing, and I get crucified for
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan. I liked it when it was first out because it was like COVID and you were on a tropical island and you could do things and it felt like you were like outside.
I know one person who still plays their Animal Crossing. Like one
Yeah,
out
I'm
of the
not one of those people who.
out of the
Yeah.
50 or so who are like, "Damn, I got it on release, man. I got the shit." One person.
Yeah.
Not everybody's like, oh yeah, I don't know, I don't like that game anymore.
I was into it until I like finished the storyline. Like Tom Nook would give you steps, and then it was just sort of like he's like, okay, you're done now, and you can just sort of keep paying off your debt. It's like, why would I just keep amassing debt just to pay it off for nothing? So I stopped. But this was while everyone was still playing it. It was May 13th, so it was pretty new. The description is, in the newest installment of Bathtime Boys, Tyler introduces. Why'd I say I can't talk? That's like the random like girl in like the high school science classroom who's doing her presentation on mitosis and fucking is like,
I know English.
I know English. Yeah, Jesus, sorry about that. Tyler introduces Eric and Matthew to the Animal Crossing Villager Trafficking Network. Not in a weird way though. None of the boys are simps for any of the Animal Crossing villagers, especially not Raymond. I'm going into edit video. I'm getting rid of the word simps. I'm just gonna blur it out. Yeah. Okay, editing, I'm just going to say, unfunny word.
Oh my god.
And save.
It's so weird how recently that's become like hate speech.
Yeah. But that episode, I don't really remember it too much. I mean, it was just the whole thing about how, like, Twitter was going crazy over that one cat,
Yeah,
Raymond.
you could get him for like $120.
Yeah, you could, like, get him for, like, it was, like, super expensive.
People were, like, keeping him in cages and stuff. It was
crazy.
weird.
I remember this during that time. Vine Sauce, he was playing Animal Crossing. He fucking found Raymond just randomly, and he just left him there. Like he started reading chat, and chat was freaking out, and he just left him. And it was really funny.
Oh my god! Good for him.
Yeah. So that was
Vinny?
that. Yeah, Vinny.
Hey.
Counterculture streamers are
all
actually
his
really dope.
VODs.
Like,
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
people go crazy in games like, oh my god, we need to beat this, and then you just see someone run up on it. I'm like, I don't need diamonds in Minecraft. I can play this whole thing with fucking gold.
Alright, but episode 15 is Christianity et al. This was like a serious episode. This one wasn't even like funny at all. It was literally just like we just talked about. It was another Joe Rogan episode. We just talked about Christianity. The boys answer some questions they've received via their Instagram. I put out one of those like ask me a question. It was just people saying like fart jokes. Sorry for the plug. It actually says that, and I'll apologize for the unfunny joke and the plug. One question sparks conversation about religion and what it's all about.
And I just talked about Jesus for like 15 minutes.
I feel like we only had like 16 followers on that Instagram at the time, so it would have been like us like asking our own questions.
Yeah.
That's a secret right there, folks. If you ever see the Bathtime Boys put out a question and there's like 3 or 4 responses, they're likely just us.
Yeah.
Or just somehow like our
There's
close friends that just say dumb shit.
There is a comment from a friend of ours that just says, "What are your thoughts on life out in space?" I guess he liked the serious episodes. Sorry about that, Aiden. It all went. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. Episode 16. Which one was the? No, okay. We had a couple more episodes. This was episode 16. Was Eric Gets Baited. This one had 5 likes.
Oh my god! Yeah, I remember that. Holy shit, that was so long ago.
It was about Eric fell for like an Instagram bait video where he thought if he changed his Instagram name he could make it.
It wasn't.
Like,
It was so late. It was the explanation was
so...
It was so late, and I was like, dude, this would be kind of funny if it did.
Nah, you can't. There's no excuse.
I did. I did get
so
baited. I got
good.
super baited. And my relatives DM'd me also like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What did you change your name to?
Boobs in my mouth.
Hey.
It's just kind of funny. So
my friends thought it was hilarious.
and then it was just the description is just Eric confesses to the boys that he fell for. I gotta stop using the boys. It's at the time it wasn't like that, like, oh, me and the boys going to the party to smash women without consent. So I used it. Now we're gonna use the lads or just Bathtime Boys. Lads,
What?
no. What are we using? What are we using then?
The
We gotta
boys.
think
I mean,
right
the
here.
Amazon show is out. It's cool to say the boys.
Yeah, but they're so
The
it's so
Bathlings.
cliche. The Bathlings.
The Bathtards.
Right.
Can't use Bathtards.
You could just list our names.
Yeah, but that maybe I'll figure it out. But it says Eric
Bathtime
confesses to the
bitches.
boys that he fell for an Instagram bait video, and now his username is boobs in his mouth for the next 2 weeks. But you actually figured out if
You just
leave
delete
blank,
it,
you
and
can
then
delete
you're
it. Yeah. So it wasn't 2 weeks, but at the time it was 2
It was like
weeks.
it was a
Tyler
weekend, a
and
couple days.
Matthew-
Yeah.
Tyler and Matthew laughed at him for like 10 minutes, and then I also left him a note that I messed up the audio levels, but I didn't care, so I exported it anyway. I don't even know. I don't know how bad it is. I never listened to any of the podcast episodes. I like as I'm editing, I listen to it, but then once it's out, it's like.
Okay, never going back.
I listen to all of them usually. I try to.
Well, Eric was telling me back then that like I was exporting them too quiet.
You still do sometimes, but recently they've
do
been.
I still do it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's some sort of
I don't.
some sort of difference in
Yeah, whatever.
If it bugs you, leave a comment.
Nobody comments though, so I'm guessing it's fine. Okay, and this was during the episode 17, another serious episode. During kind of it felt like bad to make a funny episode during all that Black Lives Matter stuff.
Yeah.
So, but we still wanted to put out an episode, so we did a serious episode.
I liked that one.
We actually got a comment from I don't think this is a real person. It's called DIIX CSGO. Oh, they have 105,000 subscribers. But they're like a Russian CSGO YouTube page, and they said amazing stuff. Keep working hard, laters, and then a smile emoticon.
Wow.
yeah.
We're famous after we got DIIX at CSGO. Yeah. And then it was another serious episode. We put a bunch of links to helpful stuff. And then we took a fucking July 3rd was that episode. No, June 3rd. And then the next episode happened. Next episode was June 17th. So it was like, well, that wasn't that bad. I felt like we had a huge break at one point accidentally because we just kept postponing it.
Have taken longer breaks.
It was between like, I think it was. Okay, here's another. I'll let you in on the secret of season 2. The main reason we did it was because we took such a long fucking hiatus for no reason that we felt like if we just came back like episode 23, it's like, dude, it spent like a fucking month. It's like, oh, but if you hype it up as season 2, everyone's like, oh, and it worked because that episode got quite a few views.
They went crazy.
Okay, episode 18 though, Aussie fish scandal. This was a Matthew story.
That's a good one.
Sam, when did you join Bathtime Boys? I thought it was around this time.
I don't fucking know.
What was the first episode you were on? Was it Ratatouille too?
I was the guest on Assassination.
No, I know, but when was your first episode once you were like
my first real episode was...
Was it Ratatouille? Was it 19?
I think it might have been Ratatouille.
It might have been.
Because Eric wasn't there for Ratatouille, was he?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Hold on. We were all on an episode together, and then I was on the one. I wasn't on the one after that, and you were there though. So it was you three, and I wasn't there.
I feel like it had to have been either 18 or 19 that it was Sam's first episode.
We just listen.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't want to listen though because it will waste time, and it's also I don't like listening to myself talk.
Yeah, it's fine. Go find out for yourself.
Yeah, go listen to them all over again. Okay, so yeah, episode 18 was Matthew talking about how when he was in Perth for foreign exchange in his sophomore year of college, he got chipped off for like a $30 thing of fish and chips. It was pretty funny because it's funny to see Matthew get mad about things. 3 likes on that one, and then we started saying because of summer happening, we decided we were going to do bi-weekly, which I don't even think happened because there was such a long break between 18 and 19 that it was like, okay, now we just have to do weekly. I guess Eric left to do something. I don't know where he went, but now we're on to the first non-podcast thing we ever put out, which was a Afterbath, a series we thought we were going to do way more often than we ended up doing because it's so much effort for these. It's still our best fucking video we've ever put out.
We should do it again.
We got to do it again. Here's another Bathtime Boys thing. Actually, no, I want to wait until Eric gets back until we talk about that. But we watched it was called Penguin's Memories. Everyone's seen it, I'm sure. Everyone's at least looked at the first 3 minutes of it because that's how long our viewer retention time tends to be. The comments on this one is from Sam. So Sam was, I think, in Bathtime Boys like while it was being edited. I felt like you joined as it was being edited and then we released it, but you weren't in it. We're on to Club Penguin PTSD after.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, I don't know why, but the Bathtime Boys account disliked it. It has one dislike, and it's us. So that was cool. We were talking about how we need to do another Bathtime Boys, and we planned to do one, but then like it was right when It was right
Another
at the beginning
aftermath?
of it.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
we like
it was September, and then we were doing it, and we were starting it, and I don't think we'll do it. I don't think we'll finish that episode because I feel like we either have to. The passion's been gone. It took too long.
what
But
were we
originally
watching?
It was originally going to be we didn't even get to that.
Oh,
we all presented our favorite Brie Larson film or a film starring Brie Larson to Matthew, and then we like a court case, and there was like a whole jury bit that we were filming, and then Sam had to go, and then we were like, okay, we'll just do it next week, and it was like next week, and then we just kind of kept.
I think
delaying
Matthew also couldn't take it seriously. He was sitting there like, okay.
Yeah, he didn't. It was weird. It was good. I felt like it was going to be a good episode, but we just never got it done, so that sucks. But that was that. Good video. And then we asked for people to comment films or TV shows you want us to watch, and somebody fucking said Black Panther. I remember that. I was like, we can't. I was hoping for like 70s like VHS stuff on YouTube. Not Black Panther.
Yeah, no, we'd get striked.
Yeah, no,
Instantly,
you can't.
yeah.
Okay, next episode is also is not a podcast actually. It's the Bathtime Boys review Sprite Ginger Gone According to Plan is the full title.
That was
It's a pretty good episode.
That was a good time.
I took too like I made it too long.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been like
I
a
was gonna
10-minute
say
video. Because I mean, really, it's like a 641 is what it is, and then it's kind of more or less a podcast of us sitting there drinking it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good. I liked
well.
going around and zooming places. It was pretty good though.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
when I didn't do anything to my hair that day, and it looks like it's garbage, but whatever.
I'm still sad that I didn't get you throwing up. I got the aftermath of you throwing up.
Yeah, I fucking threw up while we were recording that. We biked up this hill, and it's a hill I bike up all the time. I don't know what was special about it.
I think there's a gas
I
leak. It stunk up there that day.
I got to the top, and I was like, ooh, okay, it's hot. It was really hot that day. It was because it was like August. And I was, we were like, let's go just putt around this like we'll do some
The
funny
burned
stuff
down
in this,
mall, yeah.
And this burned down mall. Used to be this strip mall, somewhat close to where we live, or where I live, and it burned down, and it was just this construction site now, and it still is because of COVID.
It was weird
And
because it was a hot tub place that blew up.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like it was a plot of like a sitcom. It was insane. But we were putting around it, and it smelled awful. There was some sort of like petrol leak or something, and it got to me, and I fucking like threw up like for a lot all over.
It was like strawberries and stuff. It was the morning
I
cereal.
ate a ton of cereal and fruit that morning, and I threw it all up. It was great.
Yeah.
So that was
Very
that. That's
nice.
some more lore for those who happen to be listening to this. 41 minutes in. We gotta speed up, otherwise it's gonna be way long. Well, we're halfway. We can go over an hour though. Okay, episode 19. Ratatouille. This is Ratatouille 2, Lost in New York.
Lost in New York. Yeah.
This is. I know Sam was in this one,
Yeah.
so Sam's officially in Bathtime Boys at this point.
Eric was gone for this one.
Yeah, Eric was gone for this one, but we had. That's right, because there was a bit where like my brother pretended to be he pretended to be Eric, but he didn't really. But the impression was like average. It was just sort of like, "Hi, I'm Eric."
I mean, it's hard.
I have
Hard
a
to match any other person's voice realistically, though. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
hard to match. Yeah, I can't. I can't do your voice. Like, I can't do other people's voices unless it's like a
John
a crazy
Mulaney.
one. Yeah, you can do a pretty decent John Mulaney.
I don't know, but I like the Bernie Sanders one. The Bernie Sanders ones are good.
We'll get to that one. That was a fucking weird episode.
That
All right,
episode
the next thing we did was, well, okay, it's on YouTube. It's not timed right. The VOD of this video went up. It went up after Ratatouille, but I know we did it before Ratatouille. So logistically, time wise, it's after Sprite Ginger and before Ratatouille 2, Lost in New York. But we played Uno for 12 hours. No thanks to Eric.
Yeah.
Sam came in clutch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was there for a bit. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I just showed up at the end and was like, you guys, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah. We had a bunch of friends who actually came in and were really helpful for that video or that stream, and it made it really good. It was a good stream.
It was fun. I liked when Tyler didn't win anything.
Yeah, I did for like
3
like,
hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours, and I just lost game after game. I'm surprised I was managed to not get mad at that, because I get mad at games sometimes. More typically board games, because it's like it's a fucking piece of cardboard, and
especially Uno. Uno gets really grinds my gears.
Yeah, but I managed to. I don't know, because I guess I was in it for the long haul, so it's like it doesn't matter.
I feel like it's also more invigorating in person. Like when you're sitting there with cards in your hand, you're like, God fucking damn it, I can't win.
Yeah. But we had a couple of Eric's friends show up. We had and that was fun. Jacob played a lot.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And then didn't Cooper come in for a little bit?
Cooper came in for a while. James came in for a while. Matthew and I were there the whole time. And then everyone else sort of cycled in and out. I don't know how Matthew made it through that. I don't know how I made it through it. I didn't even have any caffeine that day.
It was tough to actually play it with you guys because the way they set up Uno, you have to go through like Uplay or whatever, and it was just trash.
Yeah, that's the only problem with that was that even though it was through Steam, you don't do Steam integration. It's fucking Uplay integration, and it sucks.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite like gaming platform is Uplay. I remember
it's Uplay. It sucks.
Back
it's
they
awful.
changed it to Ubisoft Gaming, which is better now. But back when I used to play Steep all the time.
Yeah, I used to play Steep as well on Xbox One. Before I even got a PC, that's what I played. I played Steep on Xbox One.
And it was just like
sucked.
It made you log in for no reason. It's also so scuffed because I'd open Siege when we used to play that all the time, and he'd be like, "What's your Uplay information?" I'm like, "I don't have two-factor authentication on my phone anymore. That was on my old phone," and that's how I lost it. So I'd close it and reopen it through Steam, and Steam just saves all your passwords, I guess, all your metadata and shit like that. So
yeah. Ubisoft sucks these days,
And they make terrible games.
and they make terrible games these days. Yeah, they haven't made
All
anything
right,
good in forever.
what's the next episode?
Okay, next thing was a podcast.
Yeah.
We have a lot of podcasts from here. We didn't really do anything sort of in this like August to September period. Even October, we didn't really do anything besides podcasts. This was episode 20. This is the M&M's episode. We sort of just talk about M&M's in general. The description says the boys discuss various topics such as which M&M is most likely gay, as well as the delay of Tenet, Halo Infinite, and Milk.
Oh, Halo
That makes
Infinite.
it say like it's the delay of Tenet, Halo Infinite, because they both got delayed, and then Milk has also been delayed. I don't think I even
Milk
purposely
has been
made
delayed.
it that. I don't think we really talked about how gay they were like that long. I thought it was more just them in general.
Yeah,
We just talked
I don't
about.
think. Yeah, maybe
I don't
that was
know
just like a throwaway joke someone made.
It was probably a throwaway joke that I like because the way I sort of remember when I don't edit, it used to be we record on Sundays and they were out Monday or Wednesdays, and I would tend to edit them Tuesdays or Mondays.
And now we do it like Tuesday or Wednesday.
And now we do it Tuesday night, and everyone makes me edit it within like an hour, and then I have to get it up going, and it's awful. But it's
It just
whatever.
ends.
'Cause
Yeah,
Sam
you
at
just
least-
snip the audio
'cause Sam
together.
Sam at least edits the other stuff at this point, so it's a little more balanced. There was a point in time where it was like edit the Afterbath and then edit these 3 other podcasts. It's like
Oh, shoddy. I remember the first time I
Granted-
tried editing one, and then it was like, all right, never mind. This shit
it
sucks.
sucked. I had to redo it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten it down to a pretty consistent stream like flow where I can do it in like an hour.
I'd say so.
It's from like podcast being done to podcast being uploaded. It's like an hour and a half, maybe a little more, 2 hours, because I have to make the thumbnail. I have to make the anchor. I have to make 2 different versions. I have to make an MP3 and I have to make an MP4 because YouTube doesn't take MP3s.
YouTube.
I wish it did, because all you'd have to do then is just upload the thumbnail, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was 20. 21.
Yeah, we were moving. We were moving at that point. We were like, damn.
This is okay. 21 was fun with expired melatonin. This was a funny episode.
Yeah, that was good.
So yeah, I tell a story about how I like took in like 2-year-old like melatonin,
shit.
like past
Did
its
you just
like,
shit your
night,
brains
from
out or something?
2018. And then I had it like a crazy dream, like an actual dream.
Oh, that's right.
Like I say it all the time on the podcast for some reason. I don't dream. I just get like, I don't know. I don't ever
Sleep
have
experiences.
dreams. Yeah, exactly. And then additionally, I told you later in the season I start just putting random bullshit because no one reads them. I wrote additionally Matthew pisses himself 12 times throughout the episode. Can you find them all? And that's what I wrote.
Yeah,
So,
I
that was
remember
good.
that description. I remember reading that and being like, "Oh, Tyler made a haha."
This was the start of where for some reason our YouTube podcast got like no views. It was weird. The next one, next podcast was episode 12. No, episode 22. I don't know why I said 12. This was the announcement was the name of this one. This one we were just trying to clickbait it. For those who've never, we were gonna do this Instagram thing where if the post got the thumbnail got 50 likes.
This is so stupid.
Yeah, if the thumbnail got 50 likes, we would like do it unblurred, and no one ever did it. So it's just we've never shown what the actual unblurred thing is. It's just Anthony
Melon's
Fantano's
head.
head. It's
Yeah.
it's Anthony Fantano's head upside down. That's all it is. but it was a fine episode. I think I don't even remember what this episode was about. Matthew made an announcement about something.
It was about his balls.
I think it was, yeah. It says Matthew has a special announcement for all to hear.
Oh, he shaved his balls,
yeah. That's right. Additionally, the boys talk about fish, balls, fish with an exclamation mark, and Fall Guys.
Oh, Fall Guys.
Okay, yeah, Fall Guys.
Okay,
Fall
yeah,
Guys
that makes sense. It's August. Fall Guys was fun. It was a
emphasis on the was
burn,
though.
It was. It's not fun anymore. You think for all that money they brought in, they would just hire a ton of people, or just make the community able to make maps. Just make community make like map pools. That'd be so fun.
Or
good.
like do something with Steam. The Steam workshop. Like imagine
that's what we're saying.
Being able to
you just start taking the highest voted like workshop.
It'd be so funny if they let it go like Roblox. Like Fall Guys.
That would work. It would work. You just like
imagine being able to play COD in Fall Guys. That'd be the funniest shit ever.
Fall Guys High School.
Fall Guys first person shooter.
Yeah, but I was always that was sort of the thing is we played it for like a week or no like 3 weeks, and it was super fun. And then it was like, okay, we've played all the maps like a couple hundred times now. Can we get something new? And then they're like, yeah, new stuff, season 2, new stuff before the season, and they released like.
It just felt really one-dimensional. I feel like most games we get now is
they
like
didn't expand it enough.
There's the expansion idea. Like I guess battle royales really saturated so much of the gaming market because it was like, oh, everything has to be battle royale, and that was a big dopamine rush of everybody attacking each other. And then now it's like, oh, party game, hacker time, not fun. So that's why COD is still thriving, because it's so 5-dimensional and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I'm glad they made that game. It was really fun, and it was more fun than I expected it to be. I'd followed that game since like E3 2018. I saw it because I watch all those Devolver like expo things because they're my favorite. They're my favorite like video game like.
Devolver makes like
Devolver makes
them fun.
Yeah, they put out some of the greatest games. They're some of my favorite games they've ever put out. Like Enter the Gungeon, Downwell. They just produce amazing games, or they release amazing games. They find some really good indie groups. And Fall Guys was one of them. It was really fun. It didn't really feel like an indie game though. It felt like a pretty just like if Ubisoft released that, you would have been like, yeah. So first episode of season 2, which nothing changed. We for like 2 episodes, I made the YouTube look different. So there's like kind of like a galaxy thing going on, but we thought it was way too distracting and kind of lame.
I just remember when we started it, we named every episode. We was like, oh yeah, this is season 2, episode 1. This is season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, because it was a running joke, or a super inside joke that like I don't even think it was more just that like Matthew never remembers the episode number.
I think we made it before we started recording too.
We made like, that again. We have some sort of curse where the first episode of each season we have to record multiple times. Yeah. So that was so season 2, episode 1 was the second episode, or the third episode we've recorded more than once.
Yeah.
Because basically we did an episode. Well,
didn't we release both of them? We
recorded more than once, and then we ended up releasing the first one because the second one sucked. So basically, we were waiting. We're like, dude, Eric, it's season 1 or the new season. You got to get on. And he didn't.
It's season 1.
It's season.
Babe, wake up! It's season 1.
Babe, wake up! It's Babe, wake up! Bathtime Boys released a new fucking awful podcast. But it was oh jeez, yeah, it was that Eric was somewhere not there.
I think I was camping.
You were just out with friends in the middle of nowhere, way away from
your
area.
Like QFC or whatever, and then we made the joke that you died again.
Oh yeah, we made that joke. So if you listen to that podcast, Eric is not on that one. He's not on that podcast.
But then he showed up later. And
but then he showed up literally like 5 minutes after we stopped recording.
That's right.
And he's
oh
like,
my god.
He's like, yo, do you want to?
I biked home and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta record.
Yeah. And then you got on and you're like, hey guys, and we're like, oh, we should try to. Matthew didn't want to record another one, and then Sam and I were, I don't remember, but we ended up recording another one.
I was just staying at a hotel.
Yeah, you were at a hotel. Yeah.
So I was like, I got nothing to do. Let's do it again.
Yeah, we recorded another podcast. And
it was okay.
It was okay. We wanted it to be really good for the start of season 1, or season 2. And it was. I thought that episode, the real thing that got released, season 2, episode 1, was good.
That was about children, right?
It was about Matthew's story about the children, the little kid on the on the bicycle with training wheels staring at him before he fucking eats dirt. But it was funny. I thought it was great. Good. And then season 2, episode 2 was DC and DC because we had a miscommunication. I was like, "What's your favorite?" I don't even remember which one. I said some stupid fucking thing. I was like, what's your favorite part of DC, Matthew? And he started talking about DC Comics. And I was like, no, I meant like where you live. And then we talked. It was fine. It was a decent episode.
We talked about geography a lot.
Yeah, we do talk about geography
and I didn't know my states, or like
you still don't.
I don't.
We'll get to that again because there's a video that'll show up that's getting close. That we'll talk about.
Which one?
We'll get there. It's a ways, actually.
Yeah.
It's a ways. We'll get there. So that was that.
Something to do with swine.
Yeah.
We're coming up on an hour, so we can start speeding through these.
We can do like over an hour, whatever.
No one's gonna listen to that.
No one's gonna listen to anything over an hour. No one's gonna listen to anything over 10 minutes because that's our retention rate. But this is like a free, it's whatever. Season 2, episode 3, the death of Eric.
That one I was camping.
What? No, this wasn't even you not being here.
Yeah,
this was you cut your OBS cut out at 20 minutes in and you didn't notice. So then it was the rest of us were just talking to you and you were saying things the entire time. But your OBS like corrupted after 20 minutes and you only had 20 minutes of audio.
My God. That was the dumbest thing because I remember I closed it because I was like, why is it not stopping recording? Why it like wouldn't render? Yeah. And I realized it rendered 3 minutes of this high quality audio, and that's the point where I downloaded Audacity because OBS is dog shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that one. This was the first Neuralink episode.
Yes.
Which sucked because Neuralink was such a good topic and it happened in the last 10 minutes and we were laughing our asses off. It was so good. But then of course we lost it. So we put out a poll on Instagram and it was like, would you rather us like do a 20-minute episode where we just fade out once Eric's thing fades out, or would you rather it be where Eric's muted? And we said, oh, we'll have it where Eric's muted, is what everyone said.
Because no one wants to hear me. No one wants to fucking listen to me.
Yeah, this one also was our only time we've ever done a face cam episode. Mm-hmm. Where we all sat there and actually did it, and I hated it because it's kind of uncomfortable. I don't know why. It was weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's a podcast. No one cares. Episode 4, season 2, episode 4, one of my favorite episodes. I think this is a fan favorite. This was 20 minutes of Bernie impressions in a coffee shop. This one was good. This one was so fucking because the bit is so unintentional. Because Sam, I remember you were with your roommates and they were playing COD.
I was in my dorm.
Yeah, and they were playing COD. They were playing COD in the background. So we were like, how can we make this a joke instead of just like an awful podcast? God, and so we put coffee shop noises over the entire half hour, and then halfway through it's just everyone making Bernie impressions. So it's just everyone.
The liberals.
Yeah, we just started doing Bernie impressions. It's pretty funny. It's like the most meaningless episode ever. But I thought
we should post at least somewhere, like on the YouTube, an extra episode of the Bernie without the background noises.
You can still hear every single word we say. Yeah. It's not like it's overpowering. It's just that it sort of blends that background better. So it worked out.
I think if we release the original background audio, it'll get flagged.
It might. I feel that was also what it was. Like, is that there was like Taylor Swift and stuff playing in the background music. Too.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I remember Post Malone playing. I remember sitting there and
there's Post Malone. Yeah. So episode 5 of season 2 was gaslighting the existence of pairs.
Oh, I love this one. This is one that was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, it was what if it was a hypothetical I came up with where it was what if you just told your children that pairs don't exist and you gaslight them into thinking like pairs just
I liked it
where we has Neuralink in it too, right?
I feel like it does, yeah.
I liked it where we were like, yeah, what if we did it where at the age of 18 you finally introduced them to a pair and made them think that it was real this entire time and it was all inside their head. That was the whole idea of like the gaslighting them.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, because mine was only like, what if you just for the entire life of their like just you never told them there were pairs.
You denied
and like the hamster idea, it evolved into many different scenarios. And then somebody with, like,
brought
grapes.
up like it was pretty funny.
Or like bananas are poisonous. They like kill you.
I'm reading the description, and it says, additionally, Matthew gives outdated commentary for the first presidential debate. So I guess we recorded that during the presidential debate.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's more important things in life than politics. Fucking gaslighting the existence of hairs is one of them.
Like, throughout the episode, Matthew gives
yeah,
updates
Matthew just
on
gets
how the
really
debate's
mad
going.
about Trump. Yeah. And then this was actually the one where Sam listens to the copyrighted music over speakers. But no one really, and Eric thought it was, Eric was worried. I wasn't, because it never got flagged.
Yeah.
We've gotten flagged for lesser stuff, so I don't know how we didn't get for that one.
The Amarillo by morning. That's a tragedy.
Yeah, we'll
right
get
there.
into it. We'll get into it, but yeah, we're getting there. So episode 6, Kumon ASMR. This was one where we tried to do like an intro bit where we tried to like, and it was pretty funny. The intro bit was pretty good.
I don't think I was there for that.
I don't think you were. We talked about Kumon. No, you had to have been, because we talked about the real-time farming simulator.
Oh, real-time farming.
Or were you not?
simulator.
Maybe not. I don't know. And yeah, so that was Eric's idea. That was funnier in our heads, and we talked about it more, and it was kind of stupid. And the perfect crime, which was just moving somebody's car one spot over in a parking lot, and then that's it.
Another one to add on to that is I think it's illegal, but bike locking random shit.
Yeah, that's totally illegal. Okay, but that was that one. The next episode was Matthew's Great Adventure, which was...
Oh, I liked editing that.
I hated
fun
the
to edit.
ending. That was the shittiest ending we've ever had. We had to cut out the
okay,
ending.
we're gonna talk.
so
We'll talk about the.
fucked
We'll
up.
talk about the actual ending of that video. I don't know what went through his head to make him think that was the correct thing to do there. But he was like,
It's so wholesome, and then he just
yeah, it
tells
was
us
so funny. We were all having the time of our
stories.
lives while recording that. He was eating their chicken, and then he's like, "Did I ever tell you about what happened with my parents the other day?"
And we're like, what do you mean?
We're
Why?
like, what happened?
Yeah.
And he's like, so my parents were driving, and there was this truck in front of them, and it was swerving, and
the guy was drunk.
and then yeah, the guy was drunk, and then he swerved into like a light post or like some like forest.
It was a
and
tree.
fucking died.
Yeah, he
It was a
the
tree
thing.
and
The thing that he
died.
exactly said, I remember, was the guy swerved off the road and his truck wrapped around the tree and he died.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And
It's
like out of nowhere too. He was just like, yeah, so this
like,
happened.
Yeah, he was sitting there eating his chicken and his cranberry chicken. And he's just like, did I ever tell you about the time?
Thinking about mortality while eating his chicken.
Like I don't know what goes through Matthew's head sometimes. It's crazy.
That's
But
like
episode
some like
7
Soul Train shit right
of
there.
season 2. Yeah, Eric is built different.
I am.
Oh yeah, because it was Eric. This was the longest story in all of Bathtime Boys so far. It was your stupid fucking blood drawing story.
Getting your blood
Where you
drawn.
basically your story was basically I went to get my blood drawn and they fucked it up and they had to do it again. It was really bad and I hated it, and that was the story. But you spent like a half
Because you guys
hour
kept
telling the
interrupting
story.
me. You guys like, oh yeah,
it's
your
just
arm
that's part
hurt.
of
Your arm hurt, you little
Bathtime Boys.
pissy
That's
boy.
how Bathtime Boys goes. That's how it goes.
fair.
You just got to be ready when he tells a story. But that was that. That's all that happened that episode. Episode 8 was Garfield Wet Dreams. This is the funniest story in all of Bathtime
we
Boys.
caught
I
it.
love it so much.
Matthew was just recording.
Okay, this is Matthew's greatest contribution to all of Bathtime Boys is this fucking episode, because we had no podcast planned this week. We were like, we'll just skip it, whatever. And we were playing. Eric and I were just playing Fortnite. And we were playing creative, just dicking around. And then Matthew was just sitting there like doing something. I don't know what he was doing.
And then we started talking about Boy Scouts and shit like that.
But we were just talking, and we were sort of just talking about things like personal life things, and it sort of just became more general topics. And then I faded in. Well, it turns out Matthew was recording, and we've learned this. But we were talking, and Eric says some shit. Like he was like, I don't even remember how it got.
Oh
to
yeah,
that
like
point,
the first
but
time I ever busted was reading Garfield.
Yeah, you said it was like I was reading Garfield.
I laughed so
fucking
hard that it
lost
happened.
I lost it. It was I could not breathe. It was the funniest. That may be the hardest I've ever laughed. Is that right there? I was dying. My face was so red. It was the funniest thing ever. And then I was like, oh, we should have been recording. And Matthew's like, yeah, I was recording for the last like hour. So I just took it and it's not leveled great. Matthew sounds really crisp, and the rest of us sound like we're through Discord.
Because that's what
Because that's what it was. But it worked, and I think it's a funny episode. I like it.
Yeah, that was,
episode 9, pressure washer peeing. This is the epitome of Bathtime Boys humor right here. The description is literally just it's literally just another day, another toilet humor episode. Then again, it is called Bathtime Boys. And yeah, it was just about like, could you pee hard enough to like cut through wood? and that was
Yeah.
it.
I think we determined you could.
Wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure we
pissing
determined that
through
it'd be possible.
your
However, there'd be
pants?
severe repercussions to your dick.
Die.
You might die.
Yeah.
Okay, episode 10. Click this episode for boat discussion was the episode.
Yeah.
This one, I think this is the maddest we've all gotten at each other, and by each other I mean Eric.
Blood was almost spilled.
Like, yeah, it's recent enough that I feel like anyone who listens to Bathtime Boys has probably listened to this one, but we'll refresh it. Basically,
it's a visual episode.
it's a visual. We made the mistake of Eric. We told him try to like draw it and describe it, and then he just didn't describe it. He just fucking drew it, and then we were like, oh, they can look it on the Instagram. I don't think
I
anyone
did
saw
describe it though. You guys were just like, "That's such a bad description, man. You're not doing it
that.
justice."
It was.
I mean,
It was awful.
realistically, it
It
kept
was really
changing because you
awful.
guys were all like, Matthew was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why is the hole so small? I'm like, I just told you it's a foot long and it's like a. Whenever I said it was the
even try
idea
to
of this
describe it.
indent, a channel, not a hole through the
Oh,
boat.
don't start. Don't start. And all that we need to know is you tried to describe like hydrofoils inside of a boat hole.
Uh-huh.
More flush,
And
yeah,
that-
flush too.
It still
but
doesn't make any
it didn't
sense
make
to me.
sense. I don't. And next episode, here we go. This is the Bathtime Boys gonna piggy plate it, gone ham.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh my god, that was such a
this is
fun one to
pretty funny
film.
video. Yeah, this was a fun video to film. We recorded
I
it on
barely
Halloween.
used
Halloween.
Any of Anderson's footage that he shot.
You didn't
Was
use
it not
you didn't
good?
use any of it.
Yeah, barely. Like the whole video's just like Andre's camera, pretty much.
Yeah, I know. Well, the only other error is that my phone didn't have the audio going through. I
Yeah.
noticed. I don't know what
You're
happened.
just really quiet.
I'm just
the
really
whole
quiet
time.
the whole time. Yeah, I mean, it sounded really good with Eric. So I don't know. Whatever. The point was, it was proven. A good video. Why did I say we were gonna get to that and we are gonna talk about it? What was I saying earlier?
Oh, because Eric didn't know his states.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. In this video, yeah, Eric's like, I don't know, like the first part of it, I thought it was a joke, but as it went on, it was like, all right, Eric, throw the pig onto Maine, and he's like,
Where's Maine?
yeah,
What the fuck is a
yeah.
what the fuck is a
I
Maine?
don't know. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know how you.
It just
Right,
it was
yeah.
never something my elementary school went over, and then as I got into middle school, that was just like a thing where no one gave a shit because the history teacher we had was like, yeah, we're just gonna learn about Japanese history.
That was awesome. I love that. Yeah, he was awesome.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, also,
it's too small of a school to like describe anything more than that. I don't want to do that. But next episode was episode 11.
Wait. For the piggy video,
Yeah.
the reason why there's a horror skit at the end was because it was supposed to come out in October during Halloween.
It came
There
out.
was not. We recorded it on the 31st. I don't think we ever anticipated. We just like thought it would just be funny
because
to end it in some.
I spent like weeks and then I edited it like way
Yeah,
late.
it came out in December.
And it
Early
came out in
Yeah.
December.
Whatever. No one cared. Granted, there was a teaser on the Instagram that was like on
Yeah.
October 31st, and then like nearly exactly like a month later, it was like out. Victorian era Fortnite though, this was a good one. The description is, "Hey you, yeah you like toilet humor and hypotheticals? Well, boy, I've got the deal for you. Here, it's on me. No, take it, really, take it now. This podcast, take it out of my hands." And I said, "There, was that so hard?" In a really obscure German reference, but yeah. So it was just more toilet humor, and we talked about showing Fortnite to children or like Victorian era children and having them play it. How they'd probably melt.
Yeah. Going back in time and just fucking with people.
And just fucking with people, yeah. All right, what time stamp are we at now?
1
We're at
hour and 7 minutes,
1:07.
yeah, almost an
We're
eight.
good. We got 3 things left to talk about. All right, Bathtime Boys present Monkey. This was the
Yeah.
big project that we talked about for like ever.
When did it start?
It had to have been June. It had to have been June we started. I'm sure if some dedicated person goes through, they could find a mention of a quote big project that we're starting to work on sometime in June. Admittedly, it did what it was meant to do. It caused a fuck ton of controversy.
We were like, what are we doing?
Yeah, there were people that like DM'd Eric. Like, I don't know if you and Sam, you heard about this even, but Eric told me that there were people that DM'd him and like, this shit's trash.
I got like from my friends who do SoundCloud shit, you know. They were like, Eric, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And then someone I knew came to me, and questionable type character. He was like, "This is so good," this is amazing. I'm like, dude, this is the shittiest album I personally have ever heard in my life.
Like,
and he's like, no, I think it really bops. You know, I listened to it and I got it on my playlist now.
Like unironically.
Yeah.
well, okay. Here's for those who are listening at 108. Jesus, or 109 now. The idea was we made the first song, which was 100 keks, and I showed everyone after a podcast.
yeah.
It had to have been like after Ratatouille.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah,
at that.
after episode 19.
Right when the song ended, you just crashed, and you had to come back on your phone.
Yeah, we were sitting there. I was in like Nebraska, so it was awful Wi-Fi. But I showed him this song I made just dicking around on GarageBand, and it was 100 kicks, and we lost it because I also put the sound effects. I put some, not all of them. I put a ton more sound effects a week before the album release because I felt like it had to be funnier. But I showed him it was the basic one. It just had like Oni Plays references, and like it had like the Germa, and it had
And the Mario jump.
It had the Red Letter Media stuff. It had the Mario sound effects and the derp blocks were most of what it was, and the quacks.
And the quack at the end, yeah.
And everyone liked it. We were all laughing pretty hard. I crashed my phone. I had to restart because the Wi-Fi went out right as I was done showing that. But we all thought it was really funny, so we all were like, well, let's make some more and make it this album. And the idea of the album is how bad can you make a song to try to get like the people who love experimental music, me included, to think like this is just experimental and you just don't understand
And
it.
the thing that happened was
ass and purposely ass.
the night that we were releasing it, I was playing Red Dead with Tyler, and we were trying to put it out, and we get Matthew to buy
there
it.
were problems.
And like we were looking at Matthew's song, and we're like, we don't really want this to intro, so I put it into fucking FL Studio,
threw it in FL Studio.
and I like remake the entire thing by just putting a bunch of shitty clips over it, and then it becomes this bass boosted piece of garbage.
I like the lid. I think it's really funny how it's this like sludge fest, like
And it's because
And
the
Eric's
biggest
just like yelling over
the
it.
biggest thing I take away from it was my audio. You can't if this was unedited. Okay, someone's calling me again. Oh my god, it's the same person. I only have left-sided audio from my microphone for no reason. So I'm sitting there and I don't know how to turn it into mono audio, so I find a button that switches it back and forth, and in the song I just click it over and over, and I'm like,
so if you're listening with headphones or earbuds, you hear it like go back and forth to left ear, right ear, left ear, right ear. You can probably even tell on speakers. It's pretty obvious. But yeah, it was fun. So the lid was primarily Matthew. He made it like a few days after we decided to do this. And then that was it, and it sat there. And because it was in like June, Salami Lid was funny in June, but we started questioning like, is it really? Can we open this album with just a salami lid meme? And we decided that if we layer enough irony on it and we throw a bunch of random shit on it, it'll work. That's what we did, like the night of. And then we had the Monkeys learn GarageBand, and now they're making sick electronic music. Or it's just
that one. I think I like that one. Because it's
I like that one too.
So
I like
this
that.
one. So each of these songs, as you think about it, they sort of have a different. I don't want to say satire, but they definitely like are references to like ideas, vaguely. I think O2, the second song, it's sort of that idea of like, if you say like, oh, this is a GarageBand song that I made on GarageBand, people are immediately going to have a bias like this thing sucks because it's GarageBand. But if you just sort of present them with a song, so I don't know, that was sort of what I was going for. I didn't flesh it out enough because it's fucking monkey. Then 3 we had Looking for a Banana at Target. I feel like this one sort of pokes fun at like just rap music, SoundCloud rapping in general. It's sort of that like weird, like what the fuck are these lyrics?
The repeating,
like,
the repeating beat, and then
they're repeating just the 5-second loop. Yeah,
and it's me and my friend Simon. I meant to ask him before we made it. But,
I screened it multiple times and made sure there wasn't anything like super weird you said.
So sorry, Simon, but
we didn't tag him with anything. It's pretty hard to connect.
He was our ghostwriter.
Except this podcast now. Yeah, he was a ghostwriter.
That was just in my dorm room. Crappy microphone. You can barely hear either of us.
Yeah, it's really just this really bass boosted like SoundCloud beat.
And it's just edited together really poorly. There's like hard cuts.
Yeah. And then we have 100 Kex, which was, again, we talked about it. It's obvious what it's parroting. And it did. I think it's pretty good. It could be better. It's monkey, but whatever. And then we had applesauce, which
That was funny
took me
because
way too long to recognize.
yeah, say it.
I just made that
Yeah.
like one night when I had a little bit too much alcohol, and I was just yelling over this little guitar thing that I made up one time.
Yeah, it was good.
And then we were like, we need more songs for Monkey.
Yeah.
So I was just like, here's this thing that I have already.
I thought it was good from the beginning. I thought it was funny and it fit pretty well.
Yeah.
Nothing in Monkey fits. There's no really like theme besides just.
I just think the
bad and
funniest
weird.
part of it is you can use it for Instagram stories now, because
Yeah,
just
that's really funny.
because it's up on Spotify, you can just go in there and search Bathtime Boys in the music and put any of the
And you can
songs
just
on the
start throwing
album.
it on. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty funny. And then we have another Sam song, which was Amarillo by Morning, which, by the way, here's another inside scoop on Bad Temp Boys. So the first time we uploaded, we thought that DistroKid would just sort of put it out immediately because it just sort of said like, oh, you don't get to schedule it. So immediately it was like, oh, okay, then you just sort of get it out when you click submit. But of course, there's like a 3-day delay for it to be scanned by all like the bots of the streaming services, which makes sense. But you would have thought like, okay, then why don't you just let us set it up on your thing? It screens it, and you can click an OK button to just put it out. But
Yeah,
whatever.
so that was what we did on the night of, or Tyler did it.
On the night of, I did that, and then the first time I clicked that Amarillo by Morning was a cover because it is technically. But then it was going to charge Matthew like $8 for the license, and then it was also going to do like 10 cents per stream or 10 cents per like whatever revenue we get, like a cut. And then I was super mad at DistroKid because they didn't really tell us that it was going to take that long anywhere. Well, I found it eventually. So the second time I uploaded it, because I had to change something because I uploaded the wrong version of 100 Cats.
Yeah, the old one.
An older version. The second time I just didn't click that box, and I was like, we'll see what
Let's
happens.
see what
And it went up everywhere. And I don't know how the bots on YouTube detected it. And if you try if we were to ever make money on Monkey, we couldn't get it because it's copyright claimed.
Which is dumb as
but
fuck.
it didn't get struck on anything else. It's up.
I don't know how YouTube
know.
picked
I don't
that
know
up
how.
out of all of that.
The
just,
first
like,
3
bass
seconds
boosted
before
garbage.
you come in, it totally is just Amarillo by Morning.
But it
and
is
then,
like pitched and slowed.
yeah, I don't know.
Thinking about it
It's
also
crazy
is
that it
because
got
there's
it.
also the Alvin and the Chipmunks one that we put on the lid, but it's so like.
But it's Sludgefest, so it's already fucked up when you when we grabbed it. It's already like a 16th of a speed, and it's just
It
pitched back to
sounded
what it
really
should
cool
be. So
though,
it's-
to be
it's-
honest.
It's cool. I like Sludgefest. It's freaking cool. It's freaking neat.
Yeah, go listen to Alvin and the Chipmunks slowed down.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Some of their like Walk Like an Egyptian's actually pretty cool. And then last one's Banana Sauce, which is according to Matthew's mom the best song because it's the least like angry and the least like aggressive because it's
Oh, it's very light. Yeah,
it's
this
very
is
light.
another guitar
it's
one. that I
definitely
did.
like a
And I just threw monkey sound effects.
yeah
and
fun
like
and then fun fact.
Muttley from
There's this
from Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah, there's the same monkey sound effects on the Monkeys Learn GarageBand as there are on
Yeah.
Banana Sauce. However, Sam and I found them independently. Like we just like they just so happened we both just searched like monkey sound effects
Well,
free.
they're the same, just like royalty
Yeah, it's just the same royalty free monkey sounds.
And then I think I put the damn son.
Yeah, you did put that. That's pretty funny. So that was our second most popular video as of now, and after that we have we took a little bit of a break. That was 3 weeks ago we did Monkey, and then a week ago we put out our very eggy Bathtime Boys holiday special, which was pretty good. First Sam video, which we're glad because I didn't want to do 3 freaking just me and Eric videos. It would have been weird. But it was
Yeah,
cool.
well,
It was a
I
good
mean,
video.
you had Andre in the.
We had Andre,
big
we had
video.
Sacrosant, the man himself, who still hasn't gotten us on an Omega video. We want those TikTok fans, man. But yeah, it was a good video. I don't have too much to say about it.
was
It's too
fun.
recent to really look back
It
on.
was fun. I don't remember a lot of it.
I don't
but
remember a
was
lot of it
fun.
either.
I liked
Yeah.
editing it.
Editing it was fun. It's fun. It's cool. It's good. And then our most recent thing we put out was episode 12, which was Christmas Confessions, which had nothing to do with confessions.
Yeah, not really.
Nor Christmas. I don't even remember what we talked about, and that's sad because it was only a week ago.
That was about Bathtime
Yeah.
boomyism.
The description's just all caps. Season's greeting from the guys at BTB. Here's a freaking awesome new podcast episode that has basically nothing to do with Christmas or the holidays in general. Instead, they talk about poop again. But that's all a part of the big. It's all a part of the big picture, you know. And then I said, check out our platform, suckers, because I tag all the platforms in all the podcasts.
Perfect.
Episodes.
I liked that episode, actually.
I thought it was good. It was fun. So that's that.
All
There we
right.
go. That was a good
Total of-
recap. Coming right up
Total
here
Yeah,
on
history of the
How many
Bathtime
videos is that
Boys.
total?
hour and 20 minutes.
Title this Bathtime Boys lore.
So it's 41 things we put out this year total.
Yeah.
And then I guess 34 of them are podcasts.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know what we're doing this new year. Normally, this is the part where like podcasts are like, yeah, this is like this is our we have big projects planned for next year, and then we have.
Or we
nothing
could talk about the
figured out.
plans that never happened, like Poo Poo Point. And
We did have a Poo Poo Point video because there's a cool mountain or a climb that's called Poo Poo Point, but we replaced that with that was going to be the holiday special.
there's also us in an actual bath meeting up. We were going to do something with when
Yeah,
Monkey
before
released.
COVID, we wanted to all get into a bathtub and do a
When Monkey
podcast.
released, we wanted to go and give away CDs dressed as some shit. I remember that was
there's evidence of us wanting to do that on the CD Projekt Red like cyberpunk meme, where we posted like the apology for not uploading a podcast in fucking forever. Not our last apology, not our first either.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
And then any of the afterbath, we did like one afterbath, and then it's just never.
Yeah, we did one. We had a bunch of plans. Yeah. For those who are still listening this late in the podcast, the TurboTax Let's Play will happen.
Will happen.
We're working on it. It's guaranteed to happen because we got.
We
one
should do
out
that
of-
as a game
we got,
show
like-
thing. We bring other people on and like.
We got like just see how well they can play.
What
TurboTax.
is the income rate in the United States for basic American homes?
Yeah, but TurboTax will happen because I put out a poll and like 36 people responded and every single one of them said
Yeah.
yes. There was nobody
Not
who
a
said
single-
no to that. So I'm like, oh my god, you've got it now.
Because it's so.
Even Eric's mom said
Yeah, it's weirdly unique though. I don't know how no one's thought to be like, let's.
Because how do you let's play TurboTax?
Because I don't know.
What do you do? That's what we still have to figure out. That's why we're not doing it yet. So we don't know what you do on TurboTax besides do taxes, and you can't show that on a video.
We should.
So
What if we registered as an
figure it out.
LLC and then gave our
Well, that was Matthew's idea. Yeah,
gave
is
us
you- yeah, we
that
had-
would cost like $300, but
Well, and then you also did taxes on Monkey, the income we made off Monkey, and we were hoping
we should just
make, like,
register
10
our
cents.
company in the Balkans. That's like
But that was their idea. Another idea I had that it's not fleshed out yet, and it can't happen until COVID's over. But I want to do I won't say too much, but I want to do like a poker video where it's
Oh,
like super
yeah,
nice
yeah, we
lighting
talked
and a
about that
super
one.
cool table, and then but it's like a kind of a joke video where we start like deadpan like betting with more and more odd objects. So you start putting like people on the table and or like small children, and you start betting and just playing a card, and it's got all like the screen. That's the idea. We'll see how that goes. Assuming COVID.
what if
ends,
we
I'd
do a
like to that.
feature-length film?
No, no.
We should
It
do.
took
We
us
should
too
do.
long
We
to
should
do
go
an
for a
18-minute
one-shot, like
experimental album.
what was that movie? 18 something.
1970.
1924 or something. It was about. It was a World War I movie that was all in one shot. Look, it was edited to look.
Yes, 19 18
69.
1917. Thank you. Years be like. But we'll see how all that goes. We got ideas. We're not done.
Well, I guess
It is funny how we're still going though, because I thought this when we started the idea in the January 1st was when the idea had, because I was like, what if we do a podcast just once? And it was like, yeah, let's do it, and we'll just put out
I
one
think
podcast.
in our minds we had something like how we just that was a time where we played a lot of CS:GO and we were sitting there like, what if we did something like the Fits podcast? That'd be so funny. What if we
Yeah,
were like
that
the
was sort of-
Misfits,
it
you
was-
guys?
But now we're sort of like, if I had to do, it's like
I've never-
Oni plays, but with like 700 less IQ and 700% less talent.
Wait,
That's
who's?
what you got.
It's kind of. I feel like it's more like the Super Mega podcast at this point.
We're already getting too close to Super Mega. We gotta pull away.
We gotta
It's-
do a hang left or some shit like that.
Well, the aftermath is what separates us. Even though they did technically do a movie review of Halloween at one point, but they've never done it.
I've also never. I've only most recent. I didn't know Super Mega had a podcast until last night.
Oh,
Actually,
it's one of my favorite podcasts.
I didn't-
love the Super Mega. Podcast.
I didn't know it was a
They're awesome.
thing until last night. So
It's
we can't.
ridiculously good.
We can't claim copying. So
Yeah, they're one of the best channels on the platform right now. I think they're really good. Did you see that what's that episode, the video, the church video they put out? Did you watch all that? I watched all like 42 minutes of that. It's miserable. It felt like I was actually in church, and there was like a joke every 7 minutes. It was the most beautiful, miserable, deadpan comedy act I've ever seen. It was so well put together. It was, oh my god. Yeah, they're funny.
We should do a workout video. Like, we make our own Bathtime Boys workout routine that you could, like, you know, the shitty, like, 70s VHS tapes where you put on and it's like, all right, 1, 2, and then it's spandex and shit.
I want to recreate that entire, like, the 1970 U.S., like, dancer bat, like, champions. You know, the one where they, like, the TF2 video, the man aerobics, the same, like, that video.
All right, well, we should end it.
Oh, and then one other thing, I haven't even said this to anyone, but I wanted to do a video where we, like, where we took a small, like, rubber boat, like a small inflatable boat, and we all three piled into it, and then, like, went across the Puget Sound and tried to, like, go from one land to another.
Sound? Why not?
Or just like just anywhere, any water, like
Lake Washington. Not sorry to docks, but Lake Washington would be much easier. I've done that on a paddleboard.
Well, I'm saying, like, yeah, but you take like a rubber boat and you find two public like beaches, and then you just like go across.
We should make it really serious, like we're gonna die or something.
How long ago? Oh my god.
Well, so for anybody that didn't hear it because
well,
Sam's not recording anymore, his recording stopped.
I guess we'll end it.
All right, thank you for listening. We'll see you guys in the new year. This podcast was probably going to get released last year. Get it?
This podcast might happen. Hopefully Sam's thing at least cut out like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully not an hour.
We love you.